So there's this issue of defamation, a case brought by Aare Babalola, SAN, against Dele Farotimi. Of course, it's no longer news that Dele Farotimi, a very vocal figure, has been arrested. Now, and people, as usual, people are taking sides. But what is the issue? Aare Babalola is claiming that, yes, he has been defamed by Dele Farotimi. And really, when you say these things, anybody that have followed sincerely, if you are sincere, that have followed Dele Farotimi in the past, since, most especially since 2023, after the 2023 presidential election, you won't see this coming as a surprise. You wouldn't. And now he did this, he has done this. There are a whole lot of people he has actually defamed in this country, but he did it with Aare Babalola. Now, what he did, this thing was written in a book. He didn't just speak, it was written in a book. Now, let me read part of the things from the forward, because the way a lot of you sound, I know a lot of you have seen it, but you still don't care. A lot of you have not even read anything out of it. But I will read some excerpts from the book that caused this problem, you know. So, that's Aare Babalola, SAN, corrupted the Supreme Court to procure a fraudulent judgment in the service of his clients. That's Aare Babalola, Oludaramola, Olufaro, and the law offices of Aare Babalola and Co., Emmanuel Chambers, compromised the Supreme Court and the remaining semblance of integrity it might have had when they went back to the Supreme Court and got that court to swim in the seaway of corruption and shameful self-abnegation. That I sued Aare Babalola, SAN, for libel, and that he leveraged his influence in the judiciary to deny me justice. These are very, very, very serious allegations. But then he didn't stop. He has been talking. He has been talking about it, and from the way he's been talking, he showed that yes, he has evidences to show for these things. He has evidences to show that he's ready. He even said that yes, that he wants them to come and arrest him. There was he wrote, there's a video where I'm going to play, but let me read part of the things he said in that video to you guys. He said, I wrote a book deliberately setting up the facts. I have also been very deliberate in my presentation and speaking about the book since I wrote it, to make sure that nobody is able to say that I wrote the book with the intention of scandalizing persons. Now I have written the book. Those who feel aggrieved should do me the favor of suing me. So the man knew exactly what was going on. Now, he didn't just defame Aare Babalola, he defamed other people and defamed the Supreme Court, the highest court of the land. I know some of you don't bother, but then listen to him, part of some of the things he said in this video.
Justice through the system.
Sheon,
Mr. Farotimi.
I wrote a book deliberately setting out the facts. I have also been very deliberate in my presentation and speaking about the book since I wrote it, to make sure that nobody is able to say that I have written the book with the intention of scandalizing persons. When I said Aare Babalola denied me justice, I laid out the substance of my allegation in the book that I have written. If I begin to deal with the nuts and bolts of it on your podcast or in the press, that's why you've never seen me tweet any part.
So that is it. So he knew exactly what was coming. He knew what he was doing. And then he was ready for it. And so, because some of you are shouting, oh, he was abducted and blah, blah, blah. And no, but he was arrested by the police. And you say, oh, why should he be arrested? This thing happened in Lagos. You see, Lagos State had a law. So it's only that defamation is only civil. So you see, but you can't hide, you can't leverage on Lagos, just hide under Lagos to commit such crime. Because if you listen to what he's saying, that sue me. He said it, he has always said it, that they should sue him. So because he feels that is it. But there is criminal defamation too. There is criminal defamation. And that is what Aare Babalola is claiming. Now, if you are telling somebody, you are hiding under that place, but you forgot, you wrote a book, because some of you are saying the crime was committed in Lagos. What he did was write a book. Now, he lives in Lagos. He wrote a book. If he wrote the book in Lagos, Aare Babalola lives in Ekiti. That book will be seen and read all over the world. So anybody who feel aggrieved about that book can take action anywhere. And the police, we don't have state police. They are not state police that have different jurisdiction. What we have in Nigeria is the Nigeria police. The Nigeria police, that means they can go anywhere. It is one command. They can arrest anybody from anywhere. And besides, there was a bench warrant. The police were carrying out a bench warrant from the court because he was supposed to have appeared in court, and he refused to. He can go and ask spinning it, but he said, so he was aware there was a court judgment. He was even aware that there was a bench warrant, but still did nothing about it. So Aare Babalola is 95 years old and has spent 60 plus years building a name in the judiciary as a lawyer. And you think you just want to rubbish all that name at this age so that the man dies with that. There is a place where he said in one of the videos that he deliberately did that. When he was writing the book, he prayed that Aare Babalola would be alive to see the book, to read the book, or somebody read it to him. So he was feeling, oh, okay, the man is near his grave. Because from the way he has been talking, he has all these evidences. So what's the noise about? Let him go to court and prove it. It's that simple. In fact, if I am to advise Aare Babalola, he will add civil lawsuit, civil defamation to it. And I won't be surprised if the man would do same. Add civil defamation to it, where he will be sued for damages, claiming like 100 billion naira. Well, some of you don't know what you do. You think you just wake up every day and talk shit about people because you see this one keep quiet doesn't mean the other person will keep quiet. And I am happy the way people are taking this thing right now. I think some of you will wake up and understand that you can't just sit and talk nonsense. He has sounded like he has everything. He knows everything. He has proof for what he's saying. Aare Babalola is not a small boy. Two of Aare Babalola's sons are even senior advocates of Nigeria. So you want that man to throw away all this reputation he has built over the years. Some of you don't know what you are doing. I'm not surprised, some of these things that you guys do, I don't get surprised. Because one thing I know in Nigeria, one thing I know about a whole lot of you is that, in Nigeria, all of you and all these your human rights activists, you are very quick to talk about the human rights and of citizens and all that. You are very free to talk about the rights and freedom in the Constitution that the Constitution guarantees. But none of you have ever talked about your corresponding obligations, duties, and responsibilities. So you think you can just talk anytime you like. You can say anything about anybody, is your right. But forgetting that where your rights stops, that's where that of the other man begins. So, well, let's see how it goes. But I'm very sure a whole lot of you will be forced to behave yourselves.